Hello, guys, and welcome back to another edition of Baseball Talk with your brothers. My name is Nicholas Earl. I'm joined here by my brother Tim, and today, here's a fun one. And yes, I want to preface this video by saying these are bold predictions.
Some of them are stupid.
Some of them are stupid. Some of them are very hot. Some of them are whatever.
Some of them we just want to put out, be like, hey, remember when I mentioned that?
Yeah. But we have one for every single team this season. There's 30 bold predictions we're going to give out here. Honestly, I think a good video would be 6-7, right? I think that'll
do that.
Sorry. Yeah. So, like, honestly, if we hit 20% of these, that's a good video, in my opinion, because some of these are very hot takes. Some of them might not be. So, Tim, I'll let you kick it on off here. We'll kick it off with the New York Yankees.
All right. I actually kind of like this one because we do expect the Yankees to be good this year, but I also expect them to kind of play a little bit more closer games.
Oh.
I'm going to take Bednar to lead the league and lead the AL in saves.
I actually have that prediction in the American League for a different team.
I think the Yankees are going to win a bunch of games this year. Bednar is going to be a top closer in baseball. He proved it last year. He has some nasty stuff. So, and he just proved it with the United States. Bednar leads the AL in saves this year.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of my hotter takes because projection-wise, there's one player on his team that is projected to have 3 times as much as him, but they have a big mouth on their team that likes to say that he's going to claim to do big things. I'm not saying he goes 50-50, but I think Jazz Chisholm leads the team in WAR. I think this is a potential step back year for Aaron Judge. And this is Jazz Chisholm where if his defense can improve, I think he can put up a solid 5-6 WAR season and be one of the better second basemen in all of baseball. For me, Jazz Chisholm leads the Yankees in WAR.
That's gonna. I'll give you the point for spicier one on that one. You win the Yankees.
All right, want to have fun with the Red Sox?
I have a feeling I'm gonna have the spicier one with the Red Sox.
Well, let's see if you can. I'm not going for spiciest every single time, but I think this one's an interesting one here. He's been linked in trade talks an awful lot. I think Jarren Duran gets traded midseason in a blockbuster trade. This trade will bring back a star-level player to the Boston Red Sox. It's not just Jarren Duran for prospects or for the guys. It would be something along the lines of like Jarren Duran for I'm trying to think of a player to go with it. Maybe a big-name pitcher, maybe like a 2 type of starter or something along those lines. I think he's part of one of those type of trades. Maybe it's a Jarren Duran for a Sandy Alcantara or something along those lines. I'm not saying like that, but I'm saying it's something along those lines. Duran gets moved midseason in a blockbuster trade that brings the Red Sox back MLB star level talent as well.
All right, I think mine's better. Mine's spicier. And I'll preface this one before I say it. I hope this one doesn't happen. Sophomore slump. Robin Anthony gets sent down to AAA at some point this year.
Oh.
And it was either going to be him or Mr. Nicholas Kurtz that I would say would happen to. I'm going to say it's Roman Anthony. And the only reason why I'm going to say it's Roman Anthony, the Red Sox have a lot more depth to be able to go and drop him down to AAA for a little bit to help him out and then bring him back up. So, and that's why I did that one over the Athletics sending down Kurtz.
I do have a take on one player getting sent down to AAA, but he'll be a little bit later in the video.
Roman Anthony, AAA.
All right. Blue Jays, your turn.
Blue Jays. Well, the first 2 are fun. This one's not as fun. Misses the playoffs.
Ooh.
I think that they're just overvalued. I think a lot of people are really, really high on them, and they overachieved.
They're also in a very difficult league.
They're also
a very difficult division.
Very difficult division. They bring in Dylan Cease, which is great. They'll have Savage this year for 150 innings, which is great. Ernie Clement had a career year. Is he going to repeat that? Like, there was a couple of guys on that lineup that had like career years. Is George Springer going to hit for an 800 plus OPS again?
I could see him high 7s.
They're going to be without Bo Bichette. Are you going to get enough from Andres Jimenez? Like, there's a bunch of guys on this team that I have big question marks with. Yeah, we saw you had a really good season last year. Can you do it again? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, even though I think I predicted in the standings video for the Blue Jays to finish second in the division, I think they missed the playoffs.
All right. I have something a little bit different and something a little more positive here. This is somebody that I had in my pitchers will be better in 2026 video. Dylan Cease finishes in the top 3 of the Cy Young voting. And I think he finishes behind. Oh, that's actually a good one because, I mean, there's the 2 clear top guys, but I also have a bold prediction on someone to win the Cy Young later in this video for the American League.
Yep.
So that I think that says Skubal or Crochet has a little bit of a step back this year and doesn't finish in the top 2. I think Dylan Cease steps up. He'll be the ace of the Blue Jays and finishes top 3 in the Cy Young voting.
Interesting. Are you going to talk about a Cy Young for the next team?
I am not Cy Young, but it does involve a pitcher, the next one.
Go ahead.
And this is somebody that I did hype up as a
Orioles, right?
Yes,
okay.
Orioles. Yeah, we have. Someone I did hype up as a long shot to win the Cy Young Award, but I'm doing something I'm going a little bit different direction. Shane Baz. I just needed this as another excuse to talk about Shane Baz because I'm super, super high on him this year. He pitches to a sub-3 ERA this season for the Baltimore Orioles. I think that that he is a pitcher that is going to positively regress after last year, really pitching to an ERA that I thought was a little bit misearned and things along those lines. What shocks me is Fangraphs has him projected for a 4.27. I don't see that in the slightest. I think he throws to a low 3s or sub-3 ERA in 2026.
You wanted the opportunity to talk about Shane Baz? I had one for him too. I said he was going to get a top 5 Cy Young
Love
finish.
that. Talking Baseball with the Earl Brothers is a pro Shane Baz podcast.
He's got some nasty stuff. You already talked about him a little bit. Shane Baz, top 5 in Cy Young Award votes for me.
All right. Tampa Bay?
I want to go positive one for Tampa Bay.
Okay, because I went negative for Tampa Bay, so that's good.
Okay. Somehow, some way, their pitching staff's going to have a top 5 ERA in MLB baseball.
I understand that one.
They'll be going back to the Trop, so they will no longer be in that the minor league stadium.
Yep.
And they always find a way to pitch themselves into games. And we mentioned it earlier, like, would be surprised if the Rays were over 500 this year. I said no. And one of the ways that they're going to have to do it is through pitching. Rays top 5 pitching ERA in MLB.
All right. I had something very similar direction, but on the offensive side. And I know he's a fun player. He hit a home run last night against the United States, but I'm less high on Mr. Junior Caminero this year when it comes to home runs, because he hit 45 last year. I don't think he cracks 25 this year. Going back to the Trop, you saw his home road splits last year were pretty significant. And I think this is a year that it's going to be like the league catches up to him a little bit. He's not in a minor league baseball stadium or a spring training facility for half his games. And I think the offense for the Rays is going to take a massive step back this year, and it's going to start with Junior Caminero.
Interesting. I don't hate that one. I don't hate it because he is going to the Trop, which is going to be more difficult to hit.
All right. Head to the Central, and I'll kick it off with the Cleveland Guardians. This one was one of the tougher ones for me, trying to figure it out. It was actually one of the last 5 teams I typed in. And I put him as a dark horse pick in my last video. I'll put him that he finishes second in the finishes top 2 for Rookie of the Year. I think Trey Savage wins the Rookie of the Year. I think Travis Bazzana potentially can break camp this year, or if he doesn't, it'll be within the first couple weeks, and he will have a really strong year and finishes top 2 for Rookie of the Year.
I'm going to go a little bit differently. I'm going to go for an arm. And I know this might seem like a little bit of a homer play.
Yeah.
Because he was an East Carolina Pirate. Gavin Williams is going to lead the league in strikeouts.
Oh!
And I kind of looked at it. He finally had his first full year last year, 167 and 2/3 innings pitched. And he struck out 173. He's going to get his control back. I think he's going to be able to do better with that. He walked 83 guys last year. I think that's going to cut in half, and that's going to turn into strikeouts. He's got some nasty stuff. He's going to have a very high whiff rate, and because his strikeouts per 9 the last 2 years have been 9.4 and 9.3. I think it's going to be north of 11 this year. So give me Gavin Williams leads the MLB in strikeouts.
All right. We'll move on to Detroit. Give me the Tigers, Tim.
I will say, and this is probably going to help your Dylan Cease top 3 in Cy Young, because it's going to be hard for Scooble to get Cy Young when he's traded at the deadline.
No.
I'm gonna take the Tigers to tank. Yeah, hey, we said bold takes.
Yeah, you picked them to win the division in our last video.
I might have, but it's just because
you're just going both ends of the spectrum there.
Yeah, you said bold take. Bold take could be the Tigers completely miss the playoffs. They completely suck, and they trade Scooble at the deadline because they want to get something for him. Because they're going to be smart about it, because if they see no playoffs in sight, they're going to try to get whatever they can. So Tigers tank, sell at deadline. Scooble's out.
All right, I went more positive, and I know you brought something very similar up when you talked about the New York Yankees. This is going to be the year, and I know he's going to be an absolute workhorse in the bullpen for the Detroit Tigers to build his Hall of Fame case. And it's going to be really nice when Kenley Jansen leads the American League in saves, because the Tigers win their division and are one of the best teams in the American League. And I think could be a team that is right back in the DS, potentially in the CS this year.
Fair enough.
I'm very high. The more I've looked at this Tigers team, the more and more I like them. Kenley Jansen leading the American League in saves for the Detroit Tigers.
I saw a stat from Trevor May involving Kenley Jansen. He's the number 2 most deceptive pitcher in baseball, only in behind Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right, move on. Royals. This is a fun one for me.
I absolutely love my Royals one.
I have a feeling we landed on the same player. I just don't know if it's a different for the player to do something, assert something. And I guess this kind of correlates with my Yankee one as well, because it would involve Judge having a little bit of a step back this year. Caglione leads the American League in home runs. They moved the fences in Kansas City. He's got elite grade power. Like, I want to take a look because I recorded a video today talking about top rated prospects, and there was one player back in 2015 that had 80 grade power. It was Chris Bryant. I want to see because I believe he had 70 grade power, Caglione. I think that 70 grade power will translate into a lot of dingers this year, which will be the most in the American League for Jack Caglione.
All right, we were half together.
Okay.
Because I did not have Cags.
Good wit.
I had Miguel Garcia.
Oh!
I think he's going to have – I know he only had, 16 home runs last year. But as you mentioned, walls are coming in. Just got his big extension. He doesn't have to worry about the contracts or anything because he would have been going into R1, R2, R2, because it would have been his 5th year. And I looked at it, or 4th year, because his 1st year he was not, whatever. But he's coming off of his best career year. He's got pop, and I took Garcia to lead the league in home runs.
All right, Minnesota.
I took a little bit of a positive one, question mark. Simeon Woods Richardson is the ace at the end of the year.
They trade Joe Ryan?
I think they trade Joe Ryan, and Pablo Lopez is obviously he's gone with Tommy John. They've got to trade Joe Ryan. And I really think Simeon Woods Richardson's got the stuff to be the ace, and to the point where Simeon Woods Richardson would be the opening day starter for next year. I like his. He's got good numbers. He's got good pitches. That was my bold take for the Twins. I'm taking Woods Richardson to be the ace next season.
And somebody that has a Simeon Woods Richardson rookie card, I'm totally cool with that. But I have something different, and maybe I'm just higher on this team or higher on the young talent with this team because I really like the young talent coming up. And I don't know if this is bold. I mean, they do have Matt Wallner and Byron Buxton. That could be those guys. They have Joe Ryan who can accumulate some more. But I think a rookie leads this team in WAR this year, whether it's Walker Jenkins, whether it's Emmanuel Rodriguez, or whether it's Kalen Culpepper, which Culpepper is projected for 112 games this year, their first-round pick out of Kansas State in 2024, I want to say. I think this Twins team, they're going to embrace the young guys, and they are going to have them lead the way. As long as they're healthy, Jenkins and Rodriguez could be absolute studs, and I like Culpepper to be just a consistent guy.
I like it.
This one's kind of a spicy one for me, Tim. Okay. Chicago White Sox. They trade Munetaka Murakami at the deadline after he hits 20 home runs by the All-Star break. I have a feeling he could pop off for some big home run numbers because they have the Fangraphs has him projected for 24 this year. I think he starts off really, really well. The White Sox realize the value they can get from Munetaka Murakami on that contract, and they deal him at the deadline as an all-star. I think Munetaka Murakami could be the White Sox all-star this year, especially if he has 20 home runs by the all-star break. I think he'll be a power-first guy that if he does that by the deadline, I think he could get dealt for a really nice haul.
Can I preface this with you guys that we don't know each other's bold takes?
Oh, screw you. The same exact one.
I have the same exact.
With the 20 home runs as well?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good bat in the lineup. And then he's got a very team-friendly contract. So I took him to have 20-plus homers and then get traded.
Wow. Okay. We're on the same page there.
I can't believe that we actually had one that was dead on accurate.
Upright.
There we go.
All right. Seattle. Go for it.
Seattle. All right. So in this video, I'm going to give out the 2 All-Star Game starters. For the American League, woo! Starts the All-Star Game. And we'll talk about the National League one in a little bit. I think Woo's going to have a really, really good year, which kind of goes against one of my other takes that I have. But I think at the All-Star break, Woo's going to get the nod for the starting pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I think Woo's going to have a really good year. I think this entire Mariners team is going to have a good year. And I think they're going to have an unbelievable year when they win the most games during the regular season.
I like it.
I think they can break 100 wins this year, easily win their division, and be the number 1 seed where the World Series goes through Seattle. And I think that this is a year the Mariners make the World Series.
Ooh.
I think the Mariners make the World Series because you know who they kind of remind me of?
The Royals.
The 2016 Chicago Cubs. They went to the CS the previous year and did not get the job done. They came back the following year after building up something for a while, added a few pieces, and won the World Series. I think the Mariners win the most games in baseball and represent the American League in the Fall Classic this year.
Okay, I like it.
On to the Astros, and this one's a weird one because I honestly, the Astros was the last team I typed up. And there's one player that I guess, after looking a little bit, had circled. This is not my greatest take. This is not like whatever. But I have 4 Houston starters this year because you take a look at who's projected for innings this year. Hunter Brown, 167 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's projected to be the most guy. Ryan Weiss is projected for 136 innings pitched. Colton Gordon, AJ Blueball, Mike Burrows, Jason Alexander, all projected at least 110 innings pitched. It's going to be a hodgepodge of who's of like 5 starters, it feels like. But I think there's a breakout of one of those guys there. AJ Blueball leads Houston starters in ERA. And I think that he can get more innings than he's projected. Right now, they have him projected at a 4.45 ERA. I think that he has a much better season than that and competes, at least at very least competes with Hunter Brown for ERA, if not surpasses him. Because I think Hunter Brown's not going to be as good as you think he is. I think he can have a mid to high 3s ERA of Hunter Brown, and I think AJ Blueball can do something very similar. Last year, in a very limited sample size, had a sub 2 ERA.
I'm going to keep banging the drum. Hunter Brown's winning the Cy Young. I know that's not fun.
We went 2 totally different ways there. Yeah.
Hunter Brown is somebody that I've been hyping up for the past 3 years. He finally gets he's now the head of the rotation. He is the guy in that for that pitching staff, and I think he runs away with the Cy Young Award. Not runs away with it, but he wins the Cy Young Award. I will say, I had a different bold take written down for the Astros, and I went, I don't know about that one. I also had Astros win the division and get the number 1 seed in the American League. I had that one as well, but I ended up going Hunter Brown wins the Cy Young.
Fair. Yours for the Rangers.
This one, this is another one that I'm really. If I had like one that was like one of my more confident ones, here we go. Wyatt Langford is going to have a really good season, to the point of 7+ WAR.
Ooh.
I remember Wyatt Langford was one of the most hyped up players that in terms of like looking at people thinking he was going to win the American MVP last year. Like he was one of the most hyped up ones. I'm not buying into it. I didn't buy into it last year. I'm going to buy into it this year. Last year he had 22 home runs, but he had, where was his WAR numbers from last year? I had them here. I don't have WAR numbers. That's annoying. Fielding, teams played for. He had 5.6 WAR last year. I think he takes another big step up. 7+ WAR for Wyatt Langford.
All right. We went both. It's crazy because I'm not high on the Rangers. I don't think you are either. But we both went pro. We went pro Rangers on this one here.
I have a feeling I know where you're going.
Yeah. It's very similar to the one you were talking about with Houston.
Nope.
Jacob deGrom wins the Cy Young Award. And for me, it's I gave this out with our prediction video as well, our awards predictions. For me, is as long as he stays healthy for the full year and pitches the way he can, at the very least, he'll be top 3-4, and I think he can win the Cy Young this year.
I don't hate it.
The Athletics.
Mine's fun for the A's.
I think mine is too. And I wonder. I'm going to put this out now because I keep in mind I don't look at yours, you don't look at mine. I think we landed on the same thing here. It's not a player. It's what the team is going to do.
No, mine's a player.
Okay, cool. The A's lead the MLB in runs per game.
I almost put that down.
And it's pretty simple. It's the stadium they play in.
I was about to say that's the only reason why I didn't put it down, is I didn't think it was a bold take.
See, I think it is because the Athletics are still not an elite baseball team.
Yeah.
And there's still other teams you would think would score more runs than them. But I think this is a team that's going to be very offensive first, and pitching is going to. They're going to lead the MLB in runs per game, and still not break 80 wins. Like, it's going to be that bad. They're pitching. So Athletics lead the MLB in runs per game.
Yeah, I know when a lot of people think of the Athletics, you think about Nicholas Kurtz, you think about Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker. One guy that kind of gets swept underneath the rug for me, Shea Bangdeliers. Shea Bangdeliers isn't just going to have a great year. He's going to lead catchers in home runs.
Ooh.
And that's basically saying he does better than Cal Raleigh.
I would have a different sneaky catcher for that, but that's just me.
Last year he had 31 home runs and a 3.9 WAR. I think he's only going to get better. He signed a nice extension with them. He's only making $5.25 million this year, but he signed his extension. I think he's going to have a nice big year. Shea Langdelier leads catchers in home runs.
Fair. Your Angels won here.
Oh,
the Angels.
And I really hope this one happens. Mike Trout plays 140 plus games.
I wish that wasn't bold. I really wish that wasn't bold.
I'm really, really hoping Trout
that's sad that
plays
that's bold.
this year. I'm looking up when the last time he played 140 games. That would be 2018, the year that he had 9.9 WAR. Since 2023, he has 5.5 WAR.
He's projected for 1.5 WAR. You want to know how many games Fangraphs has him projected to play this year?
How many?
110.
There you go.
So that is bold.
Trout plays 140 plus games.
This one's a weird one for me, but the more I looked at this one move in the offseason, the more I thought it was interesting, and the more I thought the Angels kind of cooked. The Angels win the G-Rod trade as he out-wars Taylor Ward in 26.
I don't know. Ooh, that is a bold take.
Like, he's pitched it. He's pitched a little bit in spring training. It's not like the greatest, but I have a feeling that he is going to be able to accumulate WAR because he's going to get the opportunities to start games for this Angels team, especially when they trade Ward for him. And I can see Ward struggling a little bit in a contract year in Baltimore. So for me, this is the more I looked at it, when that trade was first made, we were like, what are they doing? And then the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
I like it.
If G-Rod could be average, he outwars Taylor Ward, and that's a good trade for the Angels.
I agree.
All right.
To the National League?
To the National League, and we'll head to Philadelphia. And this is...
Your Philadelphia Phillies.
No, not in the slightest. You know why? They missed the playoffs.
Right, I'm going to switch mine.
Oh, we both have them missing the playoffs?
I had that too.
The Phillies did nothing to get better in the offseason. Zach Wheeler is a question mark for me this year. They lost Ranger Suarez. They re-signed a couple guys, but they didn't really go out and improve in the offseason. Meanwhile, the Mets did. The Cubs did. The Brewers, whatever. Like, I could see this being wrong because the Phillies sneak into that 7 seed. But, like, for me, the Phillies, I think, got significantly worse in the offseason by not getting better. As they get another year older, and this core, I think, is not going to make that much, and that it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
Phillies missed the playoffs.
All right. I had that too. So I pulled out my I pulled out a different card and went and after a pitcher. I'm going to say he's going to have a bad year. He just signed a big extension. Jesus Luzardo, 5+ ERA.
He's part of my.
I know he's part of your
pitchers. Got video. He's my dark horse for Cy Young. I wholeheartedly disagree with you on this one.
That is perfectly fine. I'm taking Luzardo to have a bad year. 5+ ERA. That's if he pitches a complete season, because he has not had a complete season. Like, he hasn't made all 30 starts ever. So, Luzardo, 5+ ERA.
All right. Our New York Mets. Go for it.
I want to hear what Mr. Numbers has to say about this one. Devin Williams, top 3 closer in baseball, makes the All-Star game.
Ooh.
I think you tend to notice this a lot with players in New York. The first year in New York could be a little bit sketchy. Second year in New York, I think he'll be able to settle down a little bit. He's working on some pitches. He's going to have a better repertoire. He still had a real – I know Yankee fans are going to tell you he sucked last year. He had a couple of bad appearances, but at the same time, I believe he still had a really good K per 9. With the Yankees last year, he still had a 13.1 K per 9, which, yes, is his lowest since 2019, where he only got to appear in 13 games, but he still had 13.1 K per 9. I think he's going to be able to settle down more. I think he's going to get back up to that 14, 15. He had a 17.7 K per 9 in 2020. He's not going to get up that high, but he's going to be a top 3 closer in baseball, and he's going to make the All-Star game this year.
You're going to hate me for mine, but you know what season it is. It's Brett Beatty season. All right, big breakout year for Brett Beatty. You ready? Makes the All-Star game, wins the utility gold glove, and records 5+ WAR. I think his defense is going to carry a decent amount of that WAR. He is going to be basically Jeff McNeil's replacement here. He's going to play second. He's going to play third. He's going to play outfield. He's going to play some first base. He's going to DH. He's going to be all over the field this year. And that's why I think he's going to win the utility gold glove. I didn't put him for third base because that's Bo Bichette, even though I think he's going to play more third base than Bo Bichette will this year. I didn't put him at second base because Simeon's going to be there majority of the time. I think he's going to play outfield rep. He's going to play wherever he has to get some playing time. And that's how he's going to accumulate his WAR, because he's going to win the utility gold glove and make an All-Star game this year.
Okay.
Remember when, for one of your bold takes, you had, I think it was Roman Anthony going down to AAA? Let's talk about the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, we're going Braves next.
And there's a pitcher that I am super, super low on that I think will pitch a game in Gwinnett this year.
Please. Spencer
Strider gets sent down to AAA this year. His velo is down this year. He's still coming off of an injury. And I was never a big fan of this guy to begin with. He struck out a lot of guys that one year, but he is not a superstar pitcher like people think they are. And I know he's going very high in fantasy drafts. I think that's a big mistake. Spencer Strider gets sent down to AAA this year.
All right. You had a negative one. I'll give a positive one for the Braves. And it's Mr. Consistent. Who's the most consistent player on the Braves?
Matt Olson,
50+ homers.
He'll play 162.
He'll play 162, and he's done it before. Remember, there was, I believe it was 2022 or 2023, where Matt Olson had a crazy good year, and he wasn't even the best player on his team. That was 2023.
When the Braves cheated, yes.
He had 54 homers and 139 RBIs, and he got second place in the MVP. All right, second place? Oh, MVP 4. MVP 4 that year? Because Ronald Acuna won.
Ronald Acuna, Shohei. No, that wasn't Ohtani.
No, it was not an Ohtani.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. 2023. Maybe. But Matt Olson, 50+ homers. I like that spot for him this year. I think he's going to be a big name.
Fair. The Nationals. Oh, I totally did not type in. Where did my Marlins one go? I didn't. Did I never type one out for the Marlins? I don't have the Marlins typed.
By the way, I got the top 5 for the NL MVP in 2023. Acuna, Betts, Freeman, Olsen, Carroll.
Fair. I'll let you go first with the Marlins because I totally forgot to type one up for them.
Well, I know you know this one for me. Going against Brian Wu in the All-Star game, Sandy Alcantara. I think Sandy's set up for a big year and then a playoff run. Not with the Marlins. He was coming back from Tommy John surgery last year. He had a very poor beginning of the year. Second half of the year was phenomenal. I think he rides that into this year. His velocity is going to be up. His control is going to be better. Like, Sandy's going to be a totally different player this year. Sandy Alcantara will be representing the National League and the Miami Marlins when he starts the All-Star game in Philadelphia.
Yeah, here's the tough part with that, though, Tim. In order for him to start the All-Star game for the Marlins, he still has to be on the Marlins, and I think he gets traded at the trade deadline. This is probably my coldest hot take of the entire video because I think this.
You think he's going to get traded before the All-Star game?
I could see it before the All-Star game.
Really?
I could see. All right, fine. Let me make this. Let me make this a little bit more.
A little bit more against me.
A little bit more hot take. He gets traded by mid-May. We've seen this before when the Miami Marlins traded, I think it was Luis Arias in May to the Padres a few years ago.
Yeah, but they got a good player for him.
They got. Oh yeah, Jacob Marcia is a stud. But
Arias? I thought Arias was to Minnesota for Pablo Lopez.
No, they traded Lopez for Arias.
That's what it was. Yep, never mind.
Yeah. Sandy Alcantara traded by mid-May.
That's definitely a bold take.
On to the Nationals, and I'm sorry, Nationals fans. It is going to be a long year in Washington.
It is.
Especially when they lose 110-plus games.
Oh. I mean, yes, but oh.
Okay, I was going to say, tell me on that pitching staff who's going to give you any type of legitimate innings and legitimate good innings.
Cade Cavalli.
Ooh, Cade Cavalli, who hasn't pitched a game since 2024.
He pitched last year, no?
Or did he pitch?
He pitched at the end of the year.
I think he may have been very, very limited. Then my bad. I apologize. Their top ERA guy projected on Fangraphs this year is Clayton Beeter, who had only projected for 69 innings at a 4.17. I think they have nobody to throw anywhere near the threes. They give up the most runs in baseball, and they lose 110-plus games.
Cade Cavalli, I'll give it to him, was actually good last year. He got into 10 games. He went 3-1, 48 2/3 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 40 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.47, a strikeout of 7.4 per 9. But Cade Cavalli could be interesting. You went negative for the Nationals. I wanted to give the Nationals something to watch. Wood gets a top 5 vote. Just a singular top 5 vote. I think he's in conversation. I think he's going to be like MVP 10, 11, 12, something in that range. But somebody is going to give him a top 5 vote for MVP this year.
Yeah. I think he's more likely to lead the league in strikeouts.
I almost went with that too.
Over to the Brewers for you, Tim.
We went Brewers first?
Brewers first.
The rookie that's going to make the biggest impact for the Brewers this year, especially after they just traded a bunch of infield depth, will be Jet Williams. Jet Williams is going to have a big impact in the Brewers lineup this season. I'm not sure entirely what that's going to entail, but I think he's going to be a big piece in that trade. And I think he's going to have, I'll say at least a 3 WAR this year. 3 and 3.5 WAR for the Brewers in his rookie season, and I think he makes the opening day roster.
All right. Well, I have something. Well, I'll talk about the other side of that Peralta trade because this is the same thing that the Brewers do year in and year out. Logan Henderson or Brendan Sproat breaks out and becomes the next ace of the Milwaukee Brewers.
It's Woodruff this year, but yes.
But like they are going to be that breakout guy that last year Logan Henderson was very good with the Brewers, and because he had options, he spent a decent amount of time in Nashville.
He did.
I think Logan Henderson stays in Milwaukee all year this year. And I think he's the more likely one in this scenario. I think Logan Henderson or Brendan Sproat breaks out and becomes the next ace of the Milwaukee Brewers.
There you go.
This next one for me, we go on to the Chicago Cubs.
I tried to find something interesting for it.
Yeah, and this one's a lot of people I don't know if are going to like this one because there's another team in the National League that should do this. Finish with the best record in the National League, the Chicago
That's
Cubs.
Definitely a bold take.
And I know everyone's going to be like, but the Dodgers. The Dodgers don't give two fucks about the regular season.
They really don't.
They can win 93 games, make the playoffs, and still be happy with that. Because the only thing that matters at the end of the year to the Dodgers is winning World Series, not finishing with the best record in the National League. So I have the one seeds in baseball being the Cubs and the Mariners. There you go. But for me, the Cubs have the best record in the National League.
Well, I mentioned somebody leading the league in strikeouts. For the National League leader, it's going to be Edward Cabrera. I think he's gonna slide it. I believe he's not the opening day starter, but he's ticked up to he had 9.8 strikeouts per 9. Playing in Wrigley is going to be very beneficial for him this year because it's going to be a lot more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark.
Yes.
And I think he's going to be able to have a full season. He finally was able to pitch 137 innings last year. I think he's going to lead the league in strikeouts, lead the NL in strikeouts for the Cubs.
All right. On to the Cardinals.
I did another all-star one here. And no, it's not who you think.
Oh.
J.J. Weatherholt is going to be the all-star representative for the St. Louis Cardinals. Why is he going to be it? Because I don't know who else will. To be fair, I'm really hoping it's Burley, but I think J.J. Weatherholt's going to have a big year for the Cardinals, and it's going to go under the radar just because nobody's paying attention to the Cardinals.
Fair. I have a positive one for the Cardinals. It's going to be a career year for one player. Alec Burleson hits 25-plus homers.
You know what? And I knew you were going to do something with a Pirate, so I left him off. I got Gavin. You got Alec.
Yep. Alec Burleson hits 25-plus home runs for the Cardinals this year.
I like it.
On to the Cincinnati Reds. And I think this one's pretty bold, but I feel like it's not at the same time. Elly De La Cruz. I think this is finally his big-time breakout year. Goes 40-40. I think the stolen bases is easy for him. 40 stolen bases should be easy. I think he finally breaks out power-wise, especially in that ballpark, and gives you the 40 home runs. Elly De La Cruz breaks out, goes 40-40.
All right, so you had a positive one for the Reds. I'll go negative. Everybody's picking the Cardinals to finish last in the division. I'm not. Reds finished last in the NL Central.
Ooh.
I'm not on the Reds train. They already lost Hunter Green for a chunk of time. Their pitching rotation is solid. Yes. Offense? I don't know. A bunch of players that underachieve all the time. I wish that the Reds went out and got a power bat.
Yeah.
And yes, they got Eugenio Suarez. I wanted them to get somebody else because Eugenio Suarez could realistically lead the National League in strikeouts.
Yeah.
He could hit 45 bombs and bat a $158 and strike out a bunch. Like I took the Reds last place. I know I didn't do that for the standings prediction, but bull takes here.
All right. I have a feeling we land on the same player here. Let's talk about Pittsburgh, though.
I did not land on a player.
Oh, go for it.
You want my boldest take? The Pittsburgh Pirates not only win the division, they win 90-plus games this season. I love that rotation. Skeens, as long as he can get some run support, is going to have the most wins in baseball. Bubba Chandler is awesome. I am a Mitch Keller guy. I like Mitch Keller. Ashcraft was awesome last year. And they're going to get Jared Jones back. Like, this is a rotation that I think is going to be able to do a lot. And the hitters got better. I love the Ryan O'Hearn move. I love them getting Lau, who hit 20 to 25 home runs last year. Like, he was a big player last year, too. I love that they got bats. I think they're going to win the division. 90-plus games.
Wow. Well, if they're going to win 90-plus games, there's going to be one player.
Do it.
That has a really, really good year. Connor Griffin finishes top 10 in the MVP voting.
I knew it was Connor Griffin. I thought you were going to go Rookie of the Year.
I think the Rookie of the Year is a given.
If he's on the opening day roster.
Yeah, no. This prediction right here, this bold take, the Rookie of the Year is is an afterthought. When Connor Griffin finishes top 10 in the MVP, with the asterisks, if he breaks camp, I think he gets MVP votes and is a absolute stud from day one. At 19 years old, Connor Griffin finishes top 10 for the MVP voting. We move on to the last division. We'll start with the reigning defending champs. That won't have an award winner. No MVP, no Cy Young, no Rookie of the Year. I think it's either Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., someone like that for the MVP. Cy Young, Paul Skeens, Rookie of the Year, Connor Griffin. Like, I think the Dodgers walk away from the 2026 season with no awards.
Besides a World Series trophy.
Probably. And a pennant and all that.
I think this might be quite a bold take for this one. By the end of the season, Roki Sasaki's the closer.
I think Roki Sasaki could be in Oklahoma City by the end of the year.
Yeah, he won't be a starter. My thing is he's going to be in the bullpen. He'll either be the 8th or 9th inning guy, and he's going to get significant. He's going to be a big arm in the bullpen. But I just wanted to put him at. I figured the bolder take would be he's the closer.
Yeah, especially over Edwin Diaz, who they paid so much money. Padres.
We did Padres. This one was a little bit more of a fun take one. And this is more of a fuck you, Phillies. Nick Castellanos finishes the season hitting over 500 versus the Phillies.
Oh, I love this.
I really wanted to take. I had written down originally. Nick Castellanos makes the All-Star game in Philadelphia.
Oh, I need that.
I need that in my
so
life.
bad.
Inject that into my veins. But I want Nick Castellanos hits over 500 versus the Phillies, who are currently paying him $20 million this year.
I love that. I went a little bit different. And maybe this correlates with one that I said earlier in the video. They trade a star player during the season. Tatis, Machado, or Xander.
Xander's going to be impossible to trade.
Xander will be a pure salary dump.
I think the most likely one is Tatis.
I think Tatis.
But I don't. That is a bold take.
I think they trade one of their big guns during the year because they're going to be trying to sell the team.
Fair enough.
San Francisco Giants, and I circled a catcher for this one here. Patrick Bailey. I think he is a league average hitter this year. Hits 700 OPS and then leads the catchers in WAR because his glove is so unbelievable.
Well, leads the catcher in WAR is not really a bold take. The 700 OPS is.
700. Well, the 700 OPS would lead to him leading catchers.
Oh, in WAR, yes.
Him leading catchers in WAR, which right now, according to Fangraphs, the Patrick Bailey's projected 6th in WAR, or 7th in WAR. My bad.
Among catchers,
behind Will Smith, Drake Baldwin, Alejandro Kirk, Adley Rutschman, William Contreras, and Cal Raleigh. I think he hits 700 OPS and leads catchers in WAR.
I like that one. I went for one of his battery mates, Logan Webb. Outdoes Paul Skeens and wins the Cy Young Award. Logan Webb. Okay, he isn't the sexy pick.
No.
He's not going to be the one that blows you away with 102 and then gives you a nasty slider. But boy, is he consistent. He pounds the strike zone, and he will give you innings. Last 3 seasons, 216, 204, 207 innings. Across those, he had ERAs of 3.25, 3.47, and 3.22. Logan Webb's going to have an under 3 ERA, 200-plus innings, and he's going to win the Cy Young Award this year.
Love that.
As the San Francisco Giants claim that last wildcard spot.
Oh, all right. Arizona.
I know he hasn't done this in a couple of years, and he's starting to kind of, it seems like Father Time is catching up to him. But Nolan Arenado finally solidifies his Hall of Fame candidacy when he hits 25-plus home runs this year. The last time he did that was in 2023. Since then, in 2024 and 2025, he has not been great. I believe he had 16 home runs last year. Nolan Arenado, change of scenery, hits 25-plus home runs for the Diamondbacks.
Kind of similar to mine. The Diamondbacks finished top 3 in the National League for runs per game, but still misses the playoffs.
Fair.
I think their pitching staff still brings up major questions, and I think that'll be their Achilles heel again this season. And the Diamondbacks, that'll lead to the Diamondbacks missing the playoffs because offensively they can be one of the best teams in baseball. Pitching-wise, it leaves a lot to be desired.
That's fair. And then our favorite team,
Rocktober. I think this might be my boldest take of the entire video. All right? We're talking about someone who hasn't even played a Major League Baseball game yet. Charlie Condon breaks camp and playing in Coors Field, it's 40-plus home runs.
Whoa! Okay.
This guy has unbelievable power, which will be highlighted by, wow, okay, they really are underselling his power on prospects with his 55 grade power. This is a guy that broke the college record for home runs. Yes, they're metal bats. Cool. They're not going to send him to Albuquerque.
No.
Because he'll put up video game numbers there.
It won't matter.
He will have runway to have playing time for the Rockies this year as they continue to rebuild. And he will break camp, and in that atmosphere will hit 40-plus home runs.
I thought you were going to go this direction, and I'm glad you didn't. They lose less than 100 games.
That was my original one, and I deleted it and put in Condon.
Okay, good.
Because if you're not part of the Rocktober bandwagon when they lose 119 games, don't be when they lose 99.
Yeah, they have a couple of fun pieces. But overall, I just don't think that they're going to lose as many games as they did last year. And I think it comes with them being even 500 at home.
Ooh. Okay.
I believe I don't think they were close last year to 500 at home. I'm pulling up that number now. But I like the Rockies to not lose 100-plus games. Let's see. At home last year, they were 25-56. I think it would be safe to say they win 39 games at home.
That's not terrible.
It would be 39-42.
Yeah, why not?
So, Rockies, less than 100 losses.
All right, but that is bold takes for every single Major League Baseball team. Let us know down in the comment section below. Are we crazy? I mean, probably some of these are really crazy bold takes, hence the word bold takes. Let us know your bold takes down in the comment section below. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come on the video here at Baseball Talk with your brothers. It's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys. Catch you next time.